Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 13 of my West Tigers Rugby League Live 3 Career Mode, Coach Mode, Manager Mode, whatever it's called. And obviously you can see on screen here, we're taking on the Roosters first up. They're actually a ninth spot, and it's actually a disrupted sort of episode because of Origin. So we've got a few players out. I think we got 3 or 4 players out now that Friday is actually in our side. So we've got a Queenslander in there, as well as Tedesco, Woods, and I believe there's someone else that I'm missing as well that's escaped me at the moment. Actually, I think it was just the 3. We had Farah before, but he's not at the club, obviously. So I think it's just the 3 now. I don't know why I thought there was 4. Anyways, Roosters, not really a great side, but they're going to be missing a few players. But on this side, they're not really that on this game. They're not really that good. At least this season, they're not in the 8 at this stage. And the side we're taking on next episode is the Rabbitohs, who actually are pretty good in this game. So a bit of a contrasting game. But I will say, Roosters, in terms of coming up against them and versing them, I find them tough, but just other teams mustn't find them very tough. But Chris Lawrence here, he goes and he will open the scoring 7 minutes in. I think it was 6 minutes 59 seconds, so 7 minutes, near enough. And so Chris Lawrence, he took it around a little bit, but still a pretty tough kick for Curtis Surinam, but he slots it straight over. So good stuff there for Curtis Surinam. Now, up the wing, I'm not sure who it was exactly, but he breaks the first tackle, breaks another one, and there was an offload, but we bring him down there, so about 20 metres out, and we ended up holding on to survive. Now, Keith Galloway just took a pretty simple hit up just then, as we got the ball, and then you see here, Kevin Aguama, who's playing fullback for us, he gets driven back, but I think it's worth noting that Kevin Aguama has filled out at fullback in the past when Tedesco's out. He's our go-to at fullback. We don't really have like a like-for-like fullback sort of thing with Tedesco. I mean, obviously Tedesco is very good, but we don't have a straight-up backup. I believe Deloise Hoyter, I think his name. I think he's listed as a fullback, and a few other players like that. But we decided Kevin Aguama is the most likely to go to fullback for us, and that brings in Kitty Glyman on the wing. Obviously, Roosters, you just saw, they scored Hastings, who's in a halfback because Pearce is in the Origin side. Pearce, really good player in this game. He's a 90-plus player, so one of the best. So a little bit strange there. And we get held up over the line after taking a bomb, and I've said in the past how good I am at taking the bombs, which is very spot on, as you saw just then. And Matthew Longe, a bit of a dickhead off field, obviously sacked by the Tigers in real life, but we've still got him. We haven't had a problem with him. Maybe it's just the coaching, who knows, I don't know. But he made a good run, got thrown back. This is the second time we've been driven back by this Rooster side, and they're really physical in defence. And I think it was Mallow, whatever his name is, the guy we signed from the Rabbitohs 20s, he made a really good run, a bit of a line break. Did get brought down, but it did give us field position. Obviously, you just saw Luke Brooks kick the field goal from like 10 metres in front, a bit unrealistic, but it is what it is, and we took that field goal when it was, when it was there. And the guy who scored for the Roosters was actually Stapleton. Had a little bit of a debate with someone. Leave in the comments, what do you think of Stapleton? 85 rated. How overrated is that for him? I think, to me personally, I think he should be about 75 at most. Anyways, we score. Going to kick the goal. 13-6 is what the scoreline is, and Curtis Surinam having no problem kicking from in front. Obviously, any man could do that sort of one. And right there, a little bit of a funny situation for the West Tigers. For Roosters, you'd be a bit pissed off as the ball gets thrown forward just there. That was really strange, that play, but they had the ball. There was nobody to contest. We even said they tapped the ball back into the arms of the Tigers. They also nearly got to the second to the back as well. But yeah, Kevin Aguama, well, it's not a good day in general for us under the high ball. Ben Cockayne, who's from the Super League. I forget what team he actually plays ball, but he's from the Super League. So remember the commentary in them saying it's what sounded like cocaine. I was like, really? There's a dude called Cocaine? That's funny. But yeah, Roosters back in the game, 13-12 at the moment, and it looks like we're going to survive just based on the fact from that field goal. Chris Lawrence nearly went and scored right at the end there, but just a bit too much pace. They brought him down, but that's all we needed him to do. We didn't need him to score, we just needed him to run down the clock, and that's exactly what happened. And we got pretty fortunate that the forward pass that happened right after they scored. It's a little bit of one of those ones where it's a glitch and they decide to overrun the hooker, and the hooker still throws it anyway. It's a bit annoying if you're on the receiving end of it, but I'm very thankful that it happened to the Roosters in the situation it did, because they were making some great meters there. Maybe they would have snapped a field goal, maybe they would have scored, I don't know. But we don't have to worry about that because we got the win. This game, Tedesco and all the other Origin players are back, but that also means, Inglis and, I don't know, maybe Dylan Walker or someone like that is back for them. You can see there, they actually got Sutton and Keary in the half, so no Adam Reynolds, which I thought was very, very strange. And I got to say, the Rabbitohs side doesn't look too flash hot for me personally on this game. Wasn't really expecting too much of a game. Like, if I hadn't seen where they were positioned on the ladder, I probably wouldn't have thought that would be that tough a game. But obviously Inglis is in the side, so you never know what's going to happen with him. Dylan Walk's another good player, and see right here, they get off to a very, very good start, but we drive him back. It's Chris Lawrence and someone else, Alex Glenn probably, drive him back. But then Bryson Goodwin, who's always rated so well in these games, I don't understand it, but he's rated incredibly well in these games. He goes and he scores, opens scoring count. One of the first times they've touched the ball, I think, and inside 10 minutes, last up we're kicking the goal at 6-0. So we're not looking too good, but like I said, I wasn't too worried. But I think it might have been Inglis there palming off a few players and just showing that, Rabbitohs on their day, like, they're very, very tough to tackle. They've got a lot of big physical players. Like I said, Goodwin's, really, really good in this game. Like, he's like another Inglis. Inglis obviously really, really good. They've got people like Alex Johnson, who are very, very steppy. Aaron Gray's another one who I hear a lot of people talk about being really, really good in the game. Now, right here, just take advantage of the numbers. There was a sin bin player from the Rabbitohs, and it's just a theme. Once you get sin bin against us, we are going to take full advantage of that. Expect to have a few tries scored against you. And we slot the goal, so 6-all. I will say it's probably a fitting score on at the moment because, both sides haven't been fantastic, although, it's been a tough sort of grinding game. And right here, 4 pass, and, it's not too long before half-time, so it'd be nice if we can score here, get a try, and then go to half-time with a nice little lead. So that was a nice run. Tim Simona was brought down, I believe it was. Cameron King goes one side, gets it back to Tim Simona, gets back to Nguama, who dives for the corner, and he scores a try. And that was really, really good stuff there. Cameron King, I think, was, the architect of that one. Although Simona threw the last pass, and Nguama went for the big put down. I believe it was Cameron King's little dart out of dummy half to the opposite side, and then throwing the ball back that, worked in our favour. Now right here, we're looking to go for a field goal, but it has worked out that they just rushed up on us a little bit too much, and we are going to go in for a try right in half time. That is absolutely perfect stuff there. Nofaluma stepped around right one and then got tackled, but did have enough time to force the ball out for an offload, and Chris Lawrence just happened to be right there on the spot. He picked it up, he put it down, and there was a try. Couldn't kick the goal, but I don't really care at this moment. I was pretty happy, pretty stoked with getting that try. It's just one of those ones where they have no time to reply, and it's just a psychological advantage, in my opinion, going into the break with a 10-point lead rather than... Oh, obviously it's not just psychological advantage, but you're just shooting a warning sign saying this is what we're going to do, and I prepare for more in the second half, in my opinion. Now we've had a pretty good set first up. You see Curtis here in here putting in a bomb, so we've got a few people chasing. Aaron Gray's under it, and we run straight past it. Nofaluma was one who ran straight past it, and there is no one in sight. It is just Gray just all by himself there, and he's going to race away and he's going to score. Aaron Gray is the try scorer. Off the field, he's in a little bit of trouble lately, but obviously he's a great talent, and a little bit disappointing for that part. But there's nothing we could have really done with that try. Obviously, we could have just went for the catch. Oh, sorry, not the catch, but we could have just went for the tackle. But whenever there's a bomb, I always fancy myself at being able to come up with the ball. Now we have sort of survived a little bit of an onslaught from the Rabbitohs, but you can see just still doing stupid stuff. They're still trying to throw the ball in our own half. You don't want to do that. You got to play smart footy. It's something that I always say to people: play smart footy, and it's not what I'm, it's not what I'm following right now. I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, which is a little bit annoying there. But we do end up surviving. They went close a few times, but they ended up putting the ball dead. And from here on, it was just the Brooks show, just, putting in some nice kicks in the half, taking control. But right here, they are chancing the arm, the Rabbitohs, come up with some offloads. You can't really stop line breaks from happening when they throw the ball around a lot. But the first bomb didn't work out too well for us. They ended up scoring, but the second one nearly worked out perfectly for us, nearly a try. I thought maybe there was a knock-on somewhere in there from us, but they didn't call anything. So had we got the ball down, it was fair game and it was a try. But we did hold on. There was another chance right before the end, but not too much was going on with the Rabbitohs. A lot of line breaks, but wrapped them up pretty easily once it came to Tedesco and that sort of stuff. So, a 16-10 win over the Rabbitohs. I'm definitely happy with that. But at the same time, I think it was to be expected. Now, here's the state of origin. You've seen last few episodes being disrupted. You can see New South Wales won 2-1. So, I think that's 2 years in a row. Well, 3 years on the game if you include the real life 2014 one. But, yeah, just... not that realistic in terms of Origin, but you saw the previous results from the last round, and you can see we're on top. We've got a 2-point lead over the Dragons, and you see the Rabbitohs there in third. They could have been tied for first had they won, but they didn't, so a great side, the Rabbitohs, and very happy to get the win, and that's where the video is going to end. If you can leave a like, it'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe to my channel, also very much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luke YT, Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.